Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing something here with my desk. This chair here is not a permanent chair. I'm just using this because I still haven't got a chair, but I will be getting one shortly. So because I recently moved, I'm kind of starting over with all the desks and chairs and things like that. So my table's quite a mess right now and there's too much things going on. Today what we're going to be doing is putting together a standing desk that I kind of mashed up from parts. So the metal pieces here that you see on the floor is the actual standing desk part. So I've already had a desk before that I built, which I bought these the legs here, and then I got a door from like Home Depot or Lowe's, and then I stained the door and made a desk out of it. But this time around I wanted to do something a little bit more higher quality and bigger, and so I went to Ikea and I picked up this huge panel here. And the great thing about Ikea is that if you go to their, I forgot what they're called, but where they sell all the used stuff, I guess, or the return stuff, you can find some pretty good deals because a lot of that stuff is 50% off. And this panel here was 50% off. And we can see right there it was basically $50, which is a really good deal for this size here of 25 by 80 inches. So this is much larger than your usual desk would be. And not only that, the finish on this is really nice. It's kind of hard for the camera to pick it up, but it's kind of got this like matty white finish, and it's obviously all dense. So it's pretty high quality piece of panel here. And being that large, it's not very flexible either. It does flex a bit, but not a lot. So that makes me feel like it'll be perfect for a table. And what I'm really excited about is that I can have so much more extra space. So I can have the computer on one end and do other stuff on the other end, maybe record or, have some other projects. So I'm really excited about that. But the first thing we need to do is clean up these pieces here. So what happened on the last desk, because it was a door, it wasn't very high quality and it just peeled right off. And instead of screwing it all in, I glued it, which is what's here. And the glue basically tore the door off, so I got a little bit of work of cleanup here, all the pieces here. So I'm gonna work on cleaning all this up, and yeah, we're gonna lay that huge panel down on the floor and then mount these parts to the top. Alright, so I got all the pieces cleaned up. So the way this table goes together is quite simple. You got two end plates here, or end pieces, that go on each side, kind of like that. And then we have the motors, which this one is a dual motor, and they kind of just sit in there like that. And then we have this brace here that kind of spreads the load across the table, kind of goes like that. So I'm just mocking it up. It doesn't actually go like that. We'll have to measure it out and probably might have to come closer a little bit because this top here is probably a little bit bigger than it needs to be. So these are the feet that go on top, and then we have the braces that go in between. And you guys can see how far these can reach. So this is probably about the maximum they should be, about right there. So I think that's going to work out quite well. I'm pretty sure this spread here will be enough to hold the whole thing. So I should have all my hardware and the rest of the pieces here. And this is the controller. So here I have all the hardware. So now I just need to bolt all this up and then measure it out and then drill out some holes here, put some screws in it, and that's pretty much it, and then we'll have a table. So if you never had a standing table, these things are great. And once I get this thing assembled, you guys will see how awesome it is to be able to go up and down the height that you want. Alright, and just like that, the frame is bolted or screwed to the top. Now there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 little screws on each side, so hopefully that's enough. It's one of the reasons why I glued it last time, because I didn't trust the little screws, especially to the door top I had last time. But this time it felt a lot more solid the way it went in, so hopefully that'll be fine. So all we gotta do now is flip this guy around, but before we do that I need to clean all this up so we can make room for the new table. Alright, so the table is ready to be flipped around. So I removed all that old stuff over there. I also went ahead and installed the electronics and all the wire management here. So we got one wire that goes to this motor. This is our control box. Motor number 1, then motor number 2, and then this is the little controller that's over there on the side. And then we have the power cable here that plugs into this little power strip here that also has 4 USB plugs. So the only wires that are going to be going down is just one here. you know, it's going to be nice and tucked away and clean looking. So I went ahead and mounted this little controller here. The only thing I didn't think about, now that I need to flip it over, I can't really put it on this side because it kind of sticks out. I'll break it off. So I might have to flip it that way and then drag it over here. So hopefully I can flip this thing around without any issues.
Oh man, this thing's heavy.
Wow, I can't believe it worked. So I got it flipped around and this thing is humongous. I mean, that is a ton of table right there. So now I just have to move it over there, and I think that's where I'm gonna keep it. I do have this pretty nice large room to work with, so I might put it some other way. Maybe I'll even put it in the middle. But the thing is, I do love looking out the window. So after moving around here and there, I decided to put it like this instead of against the wall. Not only is it feeling more airy, but I still get to see outside the window here if I sit right there, and I have plenty of room to do other things on the other side of the table. So let's go ahead and plug it in, the main cord here. Now that's the only downside of being over here. There is no power socket over here, but I do have a little extension here that could help us out. So there's no power right now, and the reason for that is because on the power strip we have to turn it on here. And there we go. So theoretically this should be working now. Let's see, I don't remember if it's supposed to glow or not. Okay, there it goes. So once you touch it, it activates it. Let's see if it remembers any kind of settings. Push 1. Okay, so it does. So it's raising. So I'm not sure exactly what 1 is. Okay, so that's, I think, my usual sitting height from the last memory. So obviously what makes this unique is that you can raise this enough where you can just stand and work on the computer. And I think that's number 2, so let's try it. All right, so it's going up and up. I can back up enough to show you guys. So these legs just telescope out, and it gets quite tall. I can't even walk far enough to show you, but you can see how tall that is. So now I'm standing, you know, and able to work on the computer without having to be forced to sit all day. You know, I can get up and do my stretchies and stand once in a while. So yeah, this thing is awesome and everything is working and it looks great, and there's so much room here that I could easily have another computer right here if there was a couple people that wanted to work at a single table. So very cool. So here's a little shot from far away. You guys can see how tall that is. And the awesome thing about these legs here is they can lift quite a lot of weight. I can't remember how much mine were, but I think it was about 250 pounds or something, or 300. So it could, you know, you could even sit on it and it could raise a person. So yeah, guys, you can see how awesome it is to have a table like this, because you can really be much more flexible with your workflow. And I'm really happy that I went to Ikea and got this tabletop because it's worked out beautifully here, and I definitely like the contrast between the black and the white. So alright guys, and that's my setup for this table. And if you see here, I do have the new chair that I finally got from a company called Rosie. So if you're interested in a really nice gaming chair, I'll have some links in the description for that. And also I'll have some links for these telescoping legs. So if you want to build a table like this for yourself, I think it's definitely worth it. I've been enjoying mine a lot and all the room that I have to work with. So yeah guys, thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, then hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, I do a lot of interesting things on this channel, and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button to see more. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.